She's my rose, through her face the poison flows. She's my rose, she's my rose, she's my rose, she's my rose, through her face the poison flows. Yeah.
Welcome back, my night outers. You just heard Weld Square. Belladonna Killed My Rose. Before that was Far Away Girl by Bending Over Backwards. We are here with Crimson. Movies, roller derby, wrestling, in the band Absinthe. But you also have a more subdued side, we'll call it. With your writing. He does freelance writing for Motif. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that. How did you even get started doing freelance writing?
Actually, little known fact, I actually went to college for journalism before anything else, and liked it and then hated it because of politics, in the journalism industry, and just after about like 12, 13 years of not doing it, I just kind of got the feel of why not do it again. And I just started doing reviews on my own on Facebook, CAK Press on Facebook. And then a couple of friends of mine picked me up, and then I started writing for Brutal as Hell magazine in the UK, and then Strange Beauty magazine, just doing like movie, film reviews, TV show reviews. And actually it was through roller derby. They needed, a couple of them worked through Motif and said they needed someone to do reviews, kind of like almost like a catch-up of the previous bout, what's going to be coming up the next bout. So last year I just started writing for Motif, and then it hooked in, and then I just started writing various articles for them. Took about a couple of months off just for the winter, but I'm already coming back again, writing some new interesting articles, mostly about just those interesting people you come across in Rhode Island that do something or create something amazing, but no one ever knows about it.
Okay. Well, what are some of the articles that you have written, or some of these people that you've written about?
Well, there's Art on the Spot with Kara Andrews, and you might have seen her work at the recent Terracon and Comic-Con as well.
Actually, I have.
She does like the full body painting, stuff like that. But they have also a shop too, and they teach kids everything from just basic art and even just creation, even balloon animals, stuff like that. Because even I've seen her do balloon animals, and it beats any clown.
It's okay. I cannot do a balloon animal. Let me rephrase that. I have not made a balloon animal. I blow them up. Hey, here, kid, it's a snake.
Mm-hmm. There's one article I am working on. It's actually a really interesting piece. It's about this girl Maureen who has Inside My Cranium, and it's a company where she makes art pieces out of used guitar strings and bass strings. Like, she goes insane and collects them from local stores.
Yep.
When they break off old strings to restring someone's guitar, she collects them all and makes these crazy bracelets, like this little one over here.
Oh wow,
with
that's cool.
Different tokens, even coins from all over the world, like random stuff. And she just recently got a gig making a bunch of those for Huey Lewis and the News because they really wanted them.
Nice.
So it's like another, just out of New Bedford, just small, doing her own thing, working at regular trade shows, everything. All of a sudden, boom! Now it's like there's artists like I said, I want stuff like that because it's a unique thing. You'll never see something cool like that.
Right. And what do you have coming up? I mean, where do you see yourself going in the next couple of years? Are you just going to stick with the freelance, or do you have a few more irons in the fire?
Well, lately I've been writing an online serial series called Vamp and Noir, and it's actually just my own take of how much I've hated a lot of the vampire stuff that's come out in the last few years. Like, I actually sat through every single Twilight movie just to get.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I willingly I was like, you know what? I can't knock it unless I see this. So I gotta see what this is about. And after coming out of a coma from watching that, I started seeing how people were writing vampire stories, and I started just getting bland. So I was like, I got a great spin that no one's probably ever tapped yet. But if you go on to Facebook. VAMPINORE, Vamp Noir, you can actually read a lot of it for free. And I'm just posting them chapter by chapter. And they're just quick burst chapters, but a lot of people have responded. They really enjoy that. But between the writing, which I'm always going to do, screenplays is another hobby of mine. I'm thinking about writing more music again, but as a solo thing. just to experiment and have fun and kind of like feel my passion again.
Are you going to bring people in just to guest with you, or are you going to set up a little studio band and then just not perform out? How are you going to do that?
I definitely want to cycle through different guest artists similar to Postmodern Jukebox, who I absolutely love. And they cycle in a lot of guest singers and guest performers and musicians. And I kind of want to keep that like whole... yeah, like a word you used earlier, the Rolodex of different artists. But it'd be great for exposure for everyone else, too, especially someone who you might know as, oh, the drummer of one band. I'm like, oh, yeah, this guy can sing, too, and here he is, and just have fun with it.
Well, you run across that quite a bit, because when I first met my sound guy, our sound guy, the infamous Tony Jones, he was drumming and singing at the same time. And since then, I don't want to say gotten bigger, because I don't think that's physically possible.
That'd be terrifying.
But I think the cutoff was when he was on stage at Blazes, if you remember Blazes.
Oh, yes.
And he tried to stand on top of an amp that had wheels.
Oh, no.
Which is why Blazes had that big divot in the middle of the stage.
That's why.
Tony broke the stage. Blaze, if you didn't know it, I'm telling you now, Tony broke the stage. So, yeah, you see that a lot, though. Someone who I just want to play guitar who has an amazing voice. Another band where I see that happening once or twice is Black Vendetta.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I know all the guys from Black Vendetta quite well. Adam sings, but nobody knows that Charlie can sing, too. He's got a rendition of Trooper, which is spot on. And that's just one of those things I'm throwing out there. But do you know anyone else that you're looking to work for?
What, musically or?
Whatever. Whatever you want. What are you looking to do?
It's honestly, I'm at that point in my life where it's once spring hits, everything new is going to come out of me, and I don't know what yet. So I'm just waiting for, as much as the rest of us, for all of this just to melt away. Just because it's that point of life where everything changes. So I don't know what I'm expecting. I just know when it is, I'm going to be very happy with it. Because it's, you know how it is. You just can't rush into something where you go, oh, this looks fun and stuff like that. You really need to, like, feel it deep inside of you again. And that's why, like, I stepped away from music for a little bit. And I'm hoping to maybe kind of relight the flame in that. Definitely writing, as always. Roller derby is a big passion of mine now. Wrestling, after so many years out of my body, that might be winding down pretty fast as well.
Are you going to evolve into an announcer and a ref, or?
Oh, too much work.
Too much work.
Yeah.
Wow, you sound like me.
Oh, too much work to do that. But no, I prefer the announcing, and I love that whole ringmaster mentality. Because it's like, being an entertainer, it's like, three of us here, and it's when you connect that energy with the crowd, it's very addictive, and it's just hard to kick that.
Not only an entertainer, but an extrovert. Because there are some people who are entertainers who are very introverted, and once you put them in front of a crowd by themselves, will panic. You get an extrovert, give me the spotlight, look at me, and you're waving your top hat around, trying to get more attention than you already have, which I kind of like myself. So, do you see any changes coming up with how you do the derby, or?
Maybe considering going to the broadcast level, which is with roller derby. It is an international sport in its own actual league with the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. And last year I got to go down to Philly and call games for Sweden, for Wales, like Victoria, Australia. There's hundreds of teams, over like about 170 international teams. Even my favorite country, Egypt, has their own women's team. And you know how it is with women's rights over in in the Middle East. Yeah, the roller derby is kicking up huge in the Middle East. So that's like a wonderful thing to see.
Well,
over
if you
there.
had to learn to roller skate with one of those long things. Sorry, I've just got this image of a burqa with roller skates on and shoulder pads or knee pads, elbows.
Men, be afraid over there. They are rising.
And where do you go when you're doing the Derby around here, where is it? Or where can I go see the Derby?
Well, normally during the winter months, we're down in Narragansett, and then generally between Warwick and Providence.
Where in Narragansett?
At the Ocean Skate Club, but there's a toss-up where it might be being sold off. But yeah, generally in the summer, you'll see us spring, summer around Thayer Arena in Warwick.
Okay.
And we usually do, we've actually last year went back for the first time in 5 years to the downtown Bank of America Skating Pavilion, the outdoor skating rink.
Yep.
And also Convention Center, but I can't give away just yet, but it looks like we might have a new home in Providence. I can't quite say publicly just yet because I don't know if I'm allowed to, but it's a huge, huge deal.
You'll be amazed at how many times I hear that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say. And then they usually tell me off the air anyways.
Oh, I will.
You know, here's a bit of history you don't know. The first time I appeared in public as a clown was at the Bank of America skating arena for roller derby.
Really? That was like over like 5, 6.
That was a long time ago. And the funny part is, after we got off, nobody except for maybe 2 or 3 of the roller derby girls would come near us because they were all terrified of clowns.
I think much of them still are at this point.
Well, we can work on that. You know, immersion therapy. The more I'm around,
we would
the more
love
they'll get used to me.
Yeah, we'd love to have you come down and be part of a halftime show, maybe.
If you're going to put me on wheels, I can see nothing but bad happening from that. So I'd be more than willing to try it as long as you pay for the medical bills. Well, why don't we cut to a break? We're going to cut out with Satellites Fall, a friend of ours, Davey Moore, Mark Sharon. They're really nice guys. We're going to do Strange New Day with the alternate ending. This is MyNightOut Radio, Rhode Island Free Radio. We'll be back.